Welcome back, guys. This is Fearful Hog. So if you've played Dungeon Leveling, you would know that there's 6 classes in the game as of right now, with their own weapons and skill sets. Examples being the Ranger with the bow and the Warrior with the greatswords. But what if I told you that there is a secret 7th class that you can use at any time? All you have to do is unequip your weapon. Because if you do that, you can fight with fists. Yes, there's no skills associated with fists, and yes, it only does about 17 damage, but as soon as I saw this, I knew I wanted to win a run of Dungeon Leveling using the secret 7th class, the worst class in the game. But I would face some pretty, unexpected obstacles along this way. So if you want to see this video, make sure you leave a like, because I'm excited to share with you how I did it. So how I originally made this discovery was when I was trying to upgrade my weapon. Of course, to upgrade something in this game, you need to go to the blacksmith with whatever you want to upgrade unequipped. So I went to my inventory, unequipped my weapon, and a thought crossed my mind in that moment. To unequip. Now I have no weapon. I wonder what would happen if I went into a game right now with no weapon on. Why'd you be fistless? Spikeless. Who's a Guys, I may or may not have just found a oak. I may or may not have just found a new way to play the game, perhaps. But as soon as I got into a run, I found my first obstacle. So, unbeknownst to me at this time, my game just froze. I could not move. I could move around my camera and everything, but I could not move at all. I was worried. I thought, oh no, does the game immediately block you if you try and go into a run fistless? Because again, when I was in the lobby, it was working completely fine. But when I tried to do this, I even tried to reset my character, but I could not move. My only option was to leave the game. And in this moment, I thought the looks for this run were looking bleak. I thought it was absolutely done. Oh yeah, bitch, where are ya? I think I understand what's wrong. So after the second run ended after I tried to dash, I knew dashing was the problem. Even though you can dash perfectly fine only using fists in the lobby, for some reason when you do it on a level, it just freezes your character and you cannot move. But with that discovery, I just knew I didn't have to dash. But I was pretty surprised by this damage while I was streaming, man. I mean, we're doing surprisingly a lot of damage. I mean, it was Orcland easy though. But I was still so surprised. And in fact, with how much damage I was doing, I was feeling a bit of hope for, being able to go on and maybe do Orcland's medium. That's what I'm saying, Chris. The reason it says Q is because they haven't properly put dodging in on fists, on console, clearly. That's why it says Q. And it only says Q if you're not using a weapon. Because if you're using a weapon, it says LB, or LB, I think. If I win, do medium. In all fairness, man, if I win, I could make this into a video. Fist only. And if I do win, I can put it on medium. And I accidentally dashed. Oh, brother. In my foolishness, I accidentally dashed at level 3, which could have easily been the end of the run and probably the end of me trying this challenge, because that would have been such a stupid move. But luckily the game has a reconnect dungeon button, which apparently sometimes doesn't work, because I have played with teammates before that said they tried to reconnect but they couldn't. But luckily maybe because I was playing solo, it did actually work, which is a pleasant surprise, because for a second there I thought the run was completely finished. But still, we got back, and we got back to beating some orcs. Cool. I'm gonna become the best brawler this side of Fantasyland. I do bring it up semi-jokingly, but I do think it is something they could easily do, because they already have the animations. Because one of my biggest issues with Dungeon Leveling is my question on if they're going to add new classes. And if they're gonna, it seems like Brawler is one they already have the attack animations for. All they gotta do is come up with some skills, and then it's pretty much a fully fledged class already after that. I know, obviously it's not easy work, but still, I mean, then subclasses comes into thing, that's a whole different charade, but still. I've not even got any subclasses on any of the classes that are in the game yet, so I'm not going to start talking about subclasses like I know what they're supposed to be. But still, I don't know. I think Brawler could be a pretty easy class to put into the game. But then I got to a mini-boss, and this gave me a bit of a taste of what it was going to be like going against the actual boss. and that was long. Luckily, my armor was good enough at this point where I knew I wasn't going to die to Orcland easy orcs, even if I was just completely focusing on attacking. In fact, I was kind of regenerating my health at the same speed they were damaging me. Problem is, as you can see, this mini boss can heal. And I know neither of the bosses on Orcland Easy can heal, but you know, they can still, like, deal a lot of damage to me. And plus, they have such big health bars that I started worrying a bit that I was going to lose Orcland Easy. And that would have truly been a bummer, considering, I mean, I already had the plans for the video, you know, laid out at this point. Into medium. Come on, I'm the best brawler anywhere. Come on. Actually, you know, I'm gonna kill the guy that's gonna, like, you know, break down their numbers. Considering. Bro. Nice. Then focus on the guy that can't heal himself. You'd easily add something like a brawler class. Again, my use of the word easy doesn't mean it's going to be, like, no work. I mean that, like, they already have the animations for, you know, attack animations for Fist. I'm not saying it's easy as in you just, like, do it in 5 minutes, to be clear. But at this point in the run, I was getting pretty close. I knew because I was on easy, there wasn't going to be many, like, levels after this. I knew there was going to be, like, 1, maybe 2. I'm pretty sure, like, at max, the enemy, like, boss in easy shows up at, I think, level 10, at least for Orclands. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's level 10. Then I got to the boss, and of the 2 bosses in Orcland, this was the one I wanted. The other guy is just a bit annoying with how he debuffs your damage, and as you can see here, I wasn't doing, like, crazy amounts of damage. I was doing enough where I was like, okay, I'm not going to run out of, like, healing, because, of course, when I'm using Wizard, I'm used to being able to heal myself using the OR-B slash, you know, OR-1 ability. But of course, that's not something you can do on Brawler, because of course Brawler is its own class. Well, I guess it's not a class, but it's a lack of a class, and of course I don't have use of that ability. But still, luckily I was able to beat him before I could get to that hypothetical running out of health potions thing. Very happy. Then I had Orcland Easy down. I'm not gonna lie, that was a bit too easy. We could definitely need to try out medium now. We definitely need to try out some medium. I'll cut to the chase. I tried out some Orcland medium and I got absolutely cooked. It was completely fine up until the boss, where he actually did a bit of damage to me, and because I only had 2 health potions, it was just a matter of time before I died. It was unfortunate because I did so well in the actual run up to the boss, but still, once it reached here, I just couldn't do enough damage and he was damaging me too much. This is what I kind of feared was going to happen on Orcland Easy, but you know, happened on medium instead. I was still happy I could complete 1 run of dungeon leveling with a secret class. Remember guys, if you've liked this video, please consider leaving a like down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want to be like any of these 3 cool guys right here, become a channel member, because number 1, you'll be in a video, every single video I release, and you'll get shouted out. Thank you very much Jay, Chris, and Rect for all being channel members. And you also get unique emojis, which I've drawn myself. Yes, they're traced, but you know, that's neither here nor there. I'm terrible drawing, that's why. You get unique videos. Right now, there's 2 members-only videos you could watch right now, so that's more content for me. And you will also get shouted out pretty much all the time in my streams. So if you want any of that, please consider becoming a member. And subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to become a member, it's only $2 a month. But if not, thank you very much for watching this stream, guys. If you have any recommendations for another video I could do like this, or in any other Roblox game, or pretty much in any game I can play, then let me know. I'll do it. Drop by a stream if you haven't already. And with that being said, guys, thank you very much for watching. See you all next time. Goodbye.